Tales of Herding Gods Episode 63. In the previous episode, Qin Mu immersed himself in the intricate mysteries of teleportation, a divine art woven from the threads of algebra, calculation, and rune formations. Despite not yet mastering the advanced mathematics behind it, his curiosity and confidence drove him to experiment, using threads from his own brocaded robe made of 6 wings golden natural silk. He crafted a teleportation garment, a daring act that blended brilliance with recklessness. But when theory met reality, chaos quickly ensued. Each teleport sent him flying uncontrollably across Saint Arrival Mountain, crashing through sacred pavilions, tearing down ancient halls, and leaving behind a trail of bewildered disciples and furious heavenly kings. What was meant to be a moment of enlightenment became a spectacle of destruction, testing not only Qin Mu's control but also the patience of everyone watching. The heavenly kings, who had hoped this challenge would humble their young cult master, could only stare as he vanished again and again, his teleportation misfires turning the solemn mountain into a playground of disasters. And just as they prepared to stop him once and for all, Qin Mu disappeared once more, leaving nothing but dust, echoes, and confusion behind. And the story continues. The 3 of them activated their treasures of teleportation once again and heard 3 thuds as everything turned black before their eyes. But instead of finding themselves where they intended to go, their bodies were suddenly trapped, squeezed tightly by something solid all around them. Realizing something was wrong, they hastily surged their vital qi to break free, and when the world burst open again, they discovered they had teleported straight into the trunks of giant trees while chasing Qin Mu. Startled and embarrassed, Heavenly King Shi asked, "Where's the sacred cult master?" And then, from the trunk of an enormous sago palm, so thick that it would take 2 people to wrap their arms around it, Qin Mu's head popped out. His body was wedged deep inside the wood, unable to move. The tree's bark was harder than metal, and Qin Mu, looking both sheepish and helpless, said, "3 heavenly kings, all of you are still here?" Then with a sigh, he admitted, "My vital qi is depleted, and I'm trapped. Please, help me out." The 3 heavenly kings could hardly hold back their laughter. Heavenly King Shi chopped down the sago palm, freeing Qin Mu, then said with both exasperation and respect, "Cult master, you are the leader of our sacred cult, a figure of high position. You shouldn't fool around on Saint Arrival Mountain. Every building and every stone here has meaning and history." Heavenly King Lu, with his usual fiery temper, shouted, "Cult master, you aren't a child anymore." Then he stopped, realizing with a frown that Qin Mu actually was still a child. Barely 15, in fact, far younger than any of them. He muttered awkwardly, "When I was your age, I was already working in the fields, but still, teleportation is dangerous. If you miscalculate even slightly, you could teleport straight into a restricted zone, and not even gods could save you." The warning sent a chill down Qin Mu's spine. He realized how close he had come to a terrible death. Heavenly King Shi continued, "Cult master, the key to teleportation is knowing how to determine your position. You must first understand where you are, then where you want to go, and right before you arrive, you must retract your qi, or you'll crash into something solid. When practicing, teleport short distances only, never too far." Qin Mu's eyes lit up with curiosity and determination. "Let me try again," he said. All 3 heavenly kings immediately panicked. Heavenly King Yu stepped forward. "Cult master, your vital qi is depleted. Don't be hasty. Patriarch left you here not to master teleportation, but to calm your heart, to comprehend the unity technique. This mountain is peaceful, untouched by the outside world. Stay here, and you may understand it in a year or 2. At that moment, Qin Mu finally understood. Patriarch's true intention had not been to imprison him, but to temper his impatience. He bowed slightly. "I was too eager to succeed. Thank you, heavenly kings, for showing me the right path." The 3 of them hurriedly bowed back, saying humbly, "We do not deserve your gratitude, cult master." After they left, Qin Mu sat beneath a pine cypress on Saint's Rock, meditating deeply on the woodcutter's teachings, the cryptic lesson that contained the secret of the unity technique. Meanwhile, the heavenly kings sighed with relief, whispering among themselves that Patriarch must have wanted to refine Qin Mu's temperament. Yet even they doubted whether such a mischievous, brilliant boy could ever be tempered. They recalled that within just 2 days, he had refined a teleportation garment, nearly mastered the art, and caused chaos all over the mountain. In the end, they agreed on one thing: perhaps it was best to let him be. To clean up after him rather than try to stop him. Days passed. Qin Mu remained seated on the rock, meditating for more than 10 days. Though he tried again and again, the unity technique continued to elude him. Gradually, frustration set in. One afternoon, he stood up and said to his little fox companion, "Hu Linger, let's eat meat today. I'm tired of fruit." Excited, Hu Linger led him to hunt a musk deer she had once spotted in the forest. Before long, the two were roasting meat over a fire, sprinkling salt and laughing together. The meal was delicious, and they ate until they were full and lazy. As Qin Mu digested, he began to move, stretching, breathing, letting his qi circulate. His movements grew faster and stronger until his body moved like lightning, fists pounding through the air with thunderous cracks. Without realizing it, he began to train. He struck with his fists, swung with his legs, then shifted into spear techniques, sword techniques, and knife arts. He painted with his qi in the air, his energy bursting out like strokes of light on an invisible canvas. Rain began to fall lightly through the mountain mist. Qin Mu's movements transformed. Now they flowed like secrets of moving rain, each droplet turning into a sword string, singing through the air. Then, with a shout, he changed to secrets of rolling thunder and flames, his palms exploding with fire and lightning. A ball of blazing energy rose from his qi, like a second sun glowing through the trees. He executed sunset sword skill, his sword aura scattering in radiant waves. Moments later, his body shifted again. A sprinting white tiger roared out from his form, claws slicing through stone. His qi morphed through the 7 writings of creation, transforming body, spirit, soul, and form in endless cycles. Each motion birthed a new god or devil, a new technique or spell. He forgot all restraint, forgot every rule. His body, his qi, his mind, all flowed together. He performed every divine art he had ever learned, righteous, demonic, or Buddhist, all as one. Sword and fist, spell and form, all united. The forest around him erupted, trees split, rocks shattered, and the air roared with thunder and flame. At that very moment, the 3 heavenly kings, alarmed by the tremors and flashes of light, rushed out to see what was happening. They saw Qin Mu in the distance, his figure blazing with divine light, surrounded by apparitions of gods and devils, his movements wild yet perfectly in harmony with heaven and earth. He was moving straight toward the sacred cypress pine, the heart of the mountain. They landed in front of the tree, but what they witnessed left them speechless. Qin Mu's qi flowed without obstruction. All 4 divine spirit bodies, white tiger, black tortoise, vermilion bird, and green dragon, appeared and disappeared within him. His every movement resonated with the rhythm of the universe itself. He was no longer simply practicing, he was creating. Heavenly King Shi's eyes trembled as he watched. Slowly, he whispered in awe, "Unity technique, he has comprehended it. He has comprehended it." And that wraps up this episode. In this part, we saw Qin Mu's boundless curiosity once again drive him into chaos as he experimented with the risky art of teleportation. His enthusiasm outpaced his control, and after a miscalculated jump, he ended up trapped inside the trunk of a massive sago palm tree. The 3 heavenly kings rushed to free him, half amused and half alarmed. They reminded him that Patriarch had not left him on Saint Arrival Mountain to practice teleportation, but to calm his restless mind and truly understand the deeper meaning of the unity technique, a divine art that harmonizes heart, spirit, and energy into one. Realizing his mistake, Qin Mu began to reflect. Days passed as he meditated beneath the ancient pine cypress, revisiting the woodcutter's teachings again and again. But comprehension did not come easily. His thoughts were impatient, his heart unsettled. It wasn't until he relaxed, sharing laughter and food with his fox companion, Hu Linger, that his mind began to open. As he moved to digest his meal, his body naturally flowed into cultivation. His movements grew faster, sharper, and freer. He forgot the limits of form, the names of techniques, even the separation between divine arts. Thunder roared, fire burned, and wind howled as his qi surged through him like a living force. He merged all techniques, righteous and demonic, spiritual and martial, into a single, harmonious flow. At that moment, Qin Mu entered a realm of pure understanding. His energy, spirit, and will moved as one. Every motion was both instinct and enlightenment. Watching from afar, the three heavenly kings were struck with awe as they realized what had happened. The young cult master had achieved the unity technique, a state of perfect balance and creation. This episode beautifully shows how true mastery is not found through impatience or control, but through freedom, balance, and trust in one's own heart. If you enjoyed this episode or found it inspiring, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the newest chapters of Qin Mu's extraordinary journey. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next episode.